Yeah, so today we have two beautiful faces again, and one not that beautiful. Anyway, and let's talk about music. What's it? Okay, that's something common which we can talk about music. Okay, you're from Jaipur.
Yes.
And you're from UK, and you're a DJ as well. Tell me about the musical thing and the difference you see in Indian music and all that. Tell me about that.
I mean, every culture is so different in
Right.
the music styles, from the instruments to, tempo, like what else, just what resonates with audiences.
Right.
So for me, lately, I've been really into techno, and but I love like different cultural influences in the techno that I play. So using vocals like Indian vocals or different instruments that make it like a mixed genre feel. So, yeah.
That way. And the place where you come from, city of dunes. That's what I say. You got beautiful culture, beautiful food, and beautiful music, right? Folks, basically, correct? So they've been doing the same thing since years. Still, abhi bhi wahi chal raha hai. Still, that's happening. Why is not changing?
Nowadays it's changing.
Is it?
Yeah, because the new filmmakers, the new musicians, they are coming and they are mixing the original folk with new instruments and new technologies, and they're teaming up.
Okay.
And they are creating amazing, beautiful fusions where you get the vibe of Rajasthan, but still it has
Along
some
with that,
edge.
trendy
As
things.
the youth will be able to relate with it, and you can play it anywhere probably.
Right.
So that's happening.
That is happening.
Exposed to like classical, hip hop, jazz, like I love opera, I love all different influences. So I feel that in my productions and also in the music that I select when I'm DJing. When you say I love all music, I also love all music. But when I'm watching people dance and when I'm making people dance, like we're dancing together, nothing hits like boom, boom, boom.
You said you dance. Which is your comfortable dance?
I think I'm very good to the beats. So, but yeah, if you ask me which new dance form I would really love to learn, that will be Afro. Afro beats, Afro jazz, like, because I think they have really some different movements, different pelvic movements. The beats are different and the emotions are very different. I think while you do Afro dance, it's very sensual. There's this freedom, which you'll not see in a Rajasthani dance or any Indian dance form, be it Kathak, Bharatanatyam. It's not about, the movements are different. But I think I'm really intrigued by these Afro movements. And also I would love to dance, do a little bit of belly dancing, a lot about, just this lower region. I would love to move it just flawlessly.
I love to see it. That's what I say. Okay, so talking about international, let's talk about Oscars.
Okay.
I remember your film was placed in Oscars, I guess.
Yes,
Correct?
it was India's official entry into Oscars, and we were shortlisted. That means top 15 films from among like 130 films that are being submitted to Oscars.
Okay.
And I think it's amazing when the best of the best watches your art, watches your craft, and I think as an actor, it feels wonderful that the greatest, the GOATs, that watched your film, watched your acting.
They comment.
They like it, and on top of that, not just that they watch, they love it, and they want to know about you. So I think just a girl from Jaipur who just had a dream to be in films, now her work is being watched by
Oscars.
The most influential people in the industry. I think it's a great feat, and I'm very proud of myself.
True that. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
What do you think about Oscars?
I mean, it's
The kind of movies they show, the kind of movies they premiere in there,
These are movies people want to see, I think they're always the best, like beautifully shot, the best talent, and, the budgets, everything. It's like, this is kind of what most people aspire to when you think of film, acting. Everybody wants to be there.
Okay. So, you have seen Indian cinemas. You have seen Indian cinema. You have been to Oscars. We have seen Oscars. Right? I've seen Oscars. The kind of craft they used to do before, the kind of movies they used to pick before, जैसे हो गया अपना Mother India, उसके बाद हो गया लगान, वैसे जो भी है, which all they picked. So nowadays they are, how is the whole streaming? How is that coming now?
The streaming as in? Can you elaborate more?
मतलब जैसे the kind of movies they pick. Before it used to be very, very serious movies. We say award cinema. We say award cinema in here. Means boring for a kind. उसको boring बोलते हैं.
So I think let's say maybe if we talk
Maybe,
about that
yeah.
kind of cinema, then Cannes would be the right
Place to
platform,
place it.
because they really go for something which intrigues you, which is not like really regular. Because French, when you talk about French culture,
Right.
they're quite open,
Okay.
right? So does it reflect on the films that they choose. And
Okay.
Cannes is a French film festival versus Oscar. Oscar is more about, like, of course, they receive films from all around the world, and they have Academy members, like so many Academy members who are like from every part of this world. So the film eventually who
More
gets
of an
picked up,
English
it's
one,
like it's like something which has to be really good. For example, in our when our film was running in the race for Oscars, we lost to Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I feel amazing to lose Oscars to that film, because I love that film.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a film of one place. In one film, there's so many characters. You see so much of culture, so many countries. I think so.
Right.
Oscar is more universal, I guess. I mean, French could Cannes.
Yeah.
Cannes is
Cannes
very
is
peculiar. Like they
more
go for
of
the
a-
offbeat.
Offbeat things, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You think the same?
Well, we screened our film at Cannes last year, and it
Okay.
was an amazing experience to go, and that's where we met our Indian distributors, actually.
Okay.
My thing with the festivals and the awards and everything, I'm really big on scripts. Like,
Okay.
I love the production process. I want to sit like in the dark and like read the script and get into the character and put myself inside of it.
Right.
I love being on set, I love acting. I love immersing myself in the character.
Right.
That's kind of where it like ends for me as an actor, and that is the really interesting part. Of course, it's fun to go to the award shows and go and see who is there and everything like that, but for me, it's like the scripts, the set, the magic that happens on the set is much more magical than parties in Cannes or the award, all of that for me personally.
Okay. So there is a section which we need to speak. There's something called production.
Mm-hmm.
There is only if a film will happen only if there's a production, right? So the production is entirely different from what you have seen, what you have seen, what I've seen. Correct. It's all different. So recently, you guys launched People's Cinema. Correct. That's a very noble thing. Tell me about it.
So People's Cinema is of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Okay.
So we are motivated to present stories of normal men,
Okay.
normal women, and especially we want to speak on behalf of women and children,
Okay.
to give them a voice, stronger voice.
Or kitna stronger
And we
voice
want the contribution of people.
hai? Okay.
They come forward, they fund,
Okay.
and they contribute.
But it's
in
not a
whatever-
crowd-funded thing. You're not talking
It
about
is.
crowd.
We are open.
Is that?
We are open to crowdfunding,
Okay.
because see, there are some stories which maybe are not perfectly fit for a commercial angle,
Okay.
or for something that a regular producer will choose. But I think those are still the stories which need to come out in the society.
True that.
Because
true that.
I think
Yeah.
one responsibility as an artist that we all share is to give back to the society. And as a filmmaker, as an actor, I think it's our utmost duty to give back to the society, where we raise some questions, or we plant some ideologies, and maybe give power or voice to the neglected ones, and who can't gather strength on their own.
Okay.
You see, so I think People's Cinema is something where we want to present stories which strengthens the voice of women, children, and the neglected societies.
There are neglected men also. There are sad
Yes.
men also.
So you
It's
come
not always
forward.
about just
You
for
come
the-
forward, and if anyone comes forward, and we get to know about such a story.
Take my
and-
story. I'm such a
Actually, the script, like
Yeah.
People's Cinema, I'm excited to be a part of it as well. Like, I know I really respect Shine and his ethos and everything for this project. And the trailer that I saw, that you're in this trailer, it's amazing, this film, everything from the music to, and it's a story that is so needed to be told. These are the stories that actually, like, they don't get told because it's dangerous in a way to tell these stories. They're the darker stories, but people need to see it. Do you know what I mean? Because these are like mirrors of reality. They're held up. And speaking about the other script that I read that will be in production after this one, this is such a great script, and it is men as well. It's men and women, and it reflects on society as a whole. It's like, social media and environment and all
The
of
story
these
from
types
India?
of things.
The story is from India.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's these are stories that actually do affect everyone.
Yeah.
Even this story, the trailer that Meena, right, the one that's going to production next. This is absolutely about men. It is about women and children, but it's very much about men. So it's not like women versus men. Obviously, in cinema, we want more women. We want more women directors, writers, everything, production. That's very important.
You take everything, yeah. You go, you take everything.
But the stories are about everyone because society is about everyone.
Yeah.
That means if there's many, many men in production, ratio to women, it should be more even. The stories should be even. We're not trying to say, oh, women should dominate everything. No, but it needs to be more balanced.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the
And I
same.
love the story. Like I love to talk about many. The story is really nice because see, as a society, we fail somewhere to address certain things. Even though we are a progressive society, we are strong, and we operate as one unit. But still, there are some topics where there's struggle. So I think this story talks about one neglected aspect of one's struggles, and how eventually one takes things in their own hand. Like if, let's say, if I'm only crying for 100 days and in front of 100 people, and still no one listens to me and understands my pain. So as a human being, maybe I could be a man, woman, or a kid. My gender could be
Can
anything,
happen
but
anywhere,
if
yeah.
you're not understanding my pain, my suffering, eventually I'll look out for my own healing.
Correct.
So I think this film talks a lot about that.
Meaning.
Meaning.
Okay.
And I think the production aspect
It's a big one. Yep.
is big because there's lots of it's a action film,
Right.
and we are shooting it in Kochi, not exactly Kochi, but in Kerala. So
Okay.
we have tea plantation farms, we have forests, we have these mountains. So it's tough and it's rough. So I think visually also it'll be a very
Stunning.
charismatic experience for not just the actors and people who are involved in the production, but eventually those who watch it. And I, as a North Indian, I would love to say, like, it'll be a visual delight, because maybe if you are in Kerala, I mean, you have seen such scenery and such stories and such culture 1,000 times. But I think I think that's the beauty of cinema also, that the stories travel, and that too along with visuals and audio.
Everyone can
And
connect.
it has the power to just, I mean, you'll feel the same emotion, and you could be Indian, French and all, but I think if you feel my pain, you'll really feel it, and you will really maybe sympathize with me. So I think that's the beauty of art.
Yes. On
And
that note, all the very best for your meaning.
Thank you.
For all your projects and musical, everything which is coming up. Right. Thank you so very much, beautiful ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.